Howdy, folks. Welcome back to Twin Tarot. I'm Gary.
And I'm Gary.
And this is not Gary.
Yes, we're all Garys today.
Yeah.
It's like getting triple lemons.
Yes, we do get triple
Get
lemons.
18 coins. 18 coins with your triple lemons.
I've told you that story. I was up in Lake Tahoe with my buddy Bill. And we were at a Mexican restaurant in North Shore in Incline Village called the Hacienda. I don't think it's there anymore. Okay. But they had dollar drinks for happy hour, dollar beers. Nice. They were like little 6 or 8 ounce beers. It wasn't a full beer.
Like the flight, like something slightly glorified than the flights.
Yeah. It was probably an 8 ounce glass.
Okay.
Anyway, so the lady behind the bar was very kind and gave us a heads up. Hey, we're getting last call for happy hour, but if you want, you can pre-order a bunch of beers and I'll just bring them out as you finish the ones in front of you. So we probably put $10-20 down and, keep them coming. In the meantime, at the bar, they had a slot machine built into the bar, so electronic slots.
Uh-huh.
And so we're sitting there drinking beer and Bill's playing these. It's probably a 25-cent slot, and he hit like 3 oranges or 3 lemons, and he won like 18 coins. And he slams the table. He hits the 3 oranges, slams the table, and is like, "Yes!" And half the bar turns around because you hear the thing paying out, right? And I look at it, it's like, you realize, Bill, you just won like $4.50. It wasn't even enough to pay for the beer we were drinking. But it was just kind of a fun moment.
I see Bill's a big time gambler there, huh?
Oh yeah. We're just the high rollers in Incline Village.
He's like Mike, isn't he? That money's hard earned and it never parts his fingers willingly or easily.
Sure, every one of those quarters ended up back at that machine. Hey, so we just got done with Taco Tuesday with Marina.
Hooray.
And there was a question that was asked that really kind of like gave me a little like woo moment. Like, when you kind of what's the word I'm looking for? You get a hit.
Ah, yes.
And the question was about whether there's going to be a draft and or whether Trump's going to put boots on the ground. And when I was throwing my cards, it was pretty clear to me that Trump's getting ready to put boots on the ground. And it's going to be kind of based on my interpretation of that throw. It's the straw that breaks MAGA's back. Where they just MAGA finally finds out for sure what it was they voted for.
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought maybe we could sort of pivot on that. We could still read further if there's going to be a draft or if there's going to be boots on the ground. But, we could also dig a little deeper into what is MAGA going to do if boots go on the ground.
Sure.
For entertainment purposes only.
I'm entertained.
Okay, so if Trump puts boots on the ground, what is MAGA going to do?
Oh, going for the sexy one. Going for the sexy read right off the shit.
Yeah, me.
And in case Gary didn't say it 23 times, this is for entertainment purposes only.
Yes. What's MAGA going to do if Trump puts boots on the ground? Okay.
They're going to turn the deck the right way.
Yes.
They're going to play polo. They're going to mount their polo ponies and go play polo.
Knight of Wands. It is time to take action. Maybe they're all going to volunteer to join.
They should all volunteer. Go down to your local recruiter and sign up. Come on. This is the holy war that you wanted.
Exactly. This is your boy. And this is
the reluctant crusaders.
The challenge is the 7 of Wands. Defending the actions they have taken in the past.
We don't want to fight.
That's not what I voted for. I voted for America first. And
no for the worse.
Yeah, it's like fighting the planet basketball.
I was about to say something like that. We're going to hit the planet basketball there.
Exactly. So, okay, so how are they going to react if there's boots on the ground? The Knight of Wands. This is about starting to take actions. The challenge is defending what your actions have been in the past. Lesson to be learned. Queen of Pentacles. You probably should have been more careful with your vote. Perhaps you should be more caring about the people around you instead of just trying to punish brown people and making it a hardship for everyone because you have a problem with brown people and perceived injustices.
Well, it's also like, mothers. You think about the mothers worrying about their babies.
Oh, absolutely.
These are my children that you're going to send off to war.
Yeah. They voted for him because he wasn't going to get involved in any wars. In the past, heartbreak, the sorrow, Five of Cups, not happy with the situation that is unfolding in front of them. Current energy is the Three of Cups. Now that's interesting. So how's MAGA going to react to this? Who are the Three of Cups? Who's celebrating here? They're certainly not going to all of a sudden become progressive Democrats.
I think it's just the celebration of war, right? You've got the attack on Venezuela, the attack on Iran. Maybe you got Cuba coming up next.
What this could be is they're watching the leadership like Trump and Netanyahu and Trump's cabinet celebrating celebrating how wonderful this war is going and how these boots on the ground are going to change the tide, are going to basically bring an end to this war. I think that's kind of what I'm getting for this. They're watching celebrations when their kids are the ones that are going to go out there and pay the ultimate price.
Right. It's all fun and games when it's other people's kids.
Yeah, exactly. But when it's your baby,
yeah, we don't want that.
Overarching energy is the sun. The sun finally comes in. And this was the card that kind of gave me that aha moment that, they are finally going to see and understand exactly what they voted for. This is, if they put boots on the ground, this is the straw that breaks the back of MAGA. Lesson to be learned. Page of Pentacles. Take care of your young men. Take care of your youth. Maybe hold your leaders to a higher standard than you've been holding them to. Outcome. And that's funny. This was the card that was underneath it. This card didn't show up, but it was below my underneath card. The Knight of Swords. And now they start taking drastic actions. Whether that's protests or they start burning all their Trump memorabilia, who knows? But all of a sudden, now they realize they need to act, and they need to act quickly. Or it's just simply they're watching Trump act rashly and sending their kids into battle.
So is Trump going, more likely than not, is he considering putting boots on the ground? Is it likely he's going to put boots on the ground? How does Spirit see Iran planning out? Are the United States going to put boots on the ground in Iran? We got the Lover's card, the King of Wands, Judgment, the Moon card. Wow, all these major arcana, and the Magician.
Is that a full? Oh no, almost all.
Almost. You got a royalty card with 4 major arcana. I think there's a real strong consideration going on about having a call up of people, projecting of the strong leadership type, but unsure about how it's going to be received. Underneath those, the Magician, the illusion of it. Will he call people up? I do. I think so. It's just because he's crazy. Honestly, he's crazy and he doesn't know what to do when this is his idea of projecting strength. The irony, of course, is that this is the guy that got 5 deferments for bone spurs, but he's quite willing to call up the men and women of the United States to fight a war that doesn't need to be fought. It may not lead to to widespread conflict, but this is the type of thing that's going to sicken the hearts of the America First crowd. Remember, the America First crowd are a bunch of isolationists. They are effectively Christian white nationalists. They are laissez-faire. The U.S. shouldn't be part of the World Economic Forum. They should just be isolationistic. All money should be spent in the United States. Nothing going abroad. That's overstating it, but it's a whole lot closer to their mentality than the couple of exceptions that you can come up with. I don't believe they'll be real happy with that, but I think Trump's going to go there anyways because he doesn't care. Now, that being said, I would imagine any reasonable person in his cabinet, and I don't know how many of these he has around him, are telling him not to do that. The generals will probably tell him not to do that. I don't think he's got anybody he listens to telling him not to do that.
What's the fallout if Trump puts boots on the ground? What happens? What will happen if Trump puts boots on the ground? Queen of Wands. A lot of actions will be taken. I mean, certainly Iran has already said that they are going to launch a whole bunch of counterattacks on that. And, and frankly, there's, as good as our military is, there's only going to be, a handful, if you will, against the Iranians who are defending their home turf. And what I'm told is that island that he wants to control that has all the gas, there's like no defensive positioning in there.
Yeah.
Well, so what's the fallout if he does this? A lot of actions being taken. Oh, that's interesting. And the King of Cups is going to be impacted by these actions. I kind of wonder if the 25th Amendment is ultimately going to come in. Knight of Cups, an offer will be made. Whether this is a peace offering or another emotional support, some emotional support. 10 of Swords to bring an end to things. Boy, I'm starting to get 25th Amendment vibes from this if he does it. And the underneath it is the 4 of Cups, not happy with what's in front of us. But there's something that we can do that may be something that we hadn't considered fully yet. I'm like I said, I'm getting 25th Amendment vibes. I actually wanted to read on 25th Amendment, but I thought, no, I'll just keep it more general. But it's sure feeling like that.
If Trump gives the order to put boots on the ground, how does JD Vance react to this?
There you go.
What's the Vance energy? Because he's the poor slob that suffers the fallout from this, right? Because he's Trump's replacement as the president and would be the kind of early favorite of being the nominee in 2028, even if Trump finishes out his term. What does JD Vance? What is his opinion? What's the fallout of this if Trump does that? Again, some major arcana here. I got the Justice card as the foundation, in the tacit agreement underneath it, the agreements that are being made. What's the judgment? What's clarifying the judgment? We've got decisions, actions that he's contemplating, needing to move swift to calm things down. I think he is he's the one, I said, which military people are trying to talk Trump off the ledge. That's exactly what JD Vance is trying to do. He does not want that. As much as he wants the crusade like everybody else, maybe his thing is like, if you really want to get this all the way through, you got to put boots on the ground. But I think, again, this would be a disaster for him. Maybe what it is ultimately is, you can put boots on the ground, but what's the mission?
Mm-hmm.
What are they supposed to do? Because you can't blame. Well, they'll blame Biden regardless, right? But you own it. How do you blame Biden for this one? You're the one who ordered the troops.
Obama, because Obama had this ineffective deal going with Iran that allowed them to further their nuclear program. Yeah, they have really painted themselves into a corner.
Yeah.
And like you said, part of it is because they didn't plan for all the contingencies.
No.
They completely
no planning.
They completely based all of their actions on that Iran would not close the Strait of Hormuz. It would not threaten its neighbors.
This has all the planning of like 3 7-year-olds that are gonna, wait till mom and dad fall asleep, then they're gonna go play video games. And then it's like, okay, you've started playing video games, now what? What happens if they wake up? What happens if no contingency plans whatsoever?
Right.
It's like they're playing hooky from school. They're gonna go and play video games and think that well, what about the teachers or the school calling your parents? What about the Ring camera that's on your door? What about any type of Alexa type thing that's in your house where they can listen in on you?
It's funny. Angelina, my daughter, when she was younger, she was probably about 10 years old, 9 or 10. She decided one day she didn't like, she wasn't quite in middle school. And she decided one day she just wasn't going to go to school because, she was old enough to walk by herself to school. And our oldest daughter happened to be home. And at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, I forget exactly what time it was. I think it was 9 o'clock. All of a sudden, I get a phone call. Laura gets a phone call. I get a text message saying, "Hey, your daughter's not in school today." So I called Sydney at home. I said, "Sydney, are you home? Yeah. Have you gone to school yet? No. Could you see if Angelina's home? Because they said she hasn't gone to school." I'm starting to be concerned as a parent because my kid isn't where she's supposed to be. Sydney searches the house, doesn't find her. And she goes, "No, she's not here." And then a minute later, Sydney calls back and says, "I found her. She was in your bathroom." And Angelina just decided she wasn't going to go to school that day just to see what would happen. And boy, she found out in a big way what was going to happen. It's like there was like 3 different SIG alerts going on saying, "Hey, she's not here." The klaxons are going off. And all of a sudden, all these adults are springing into action. And it's like you said, no contingency plan. Just what'll happen if I don't do it? So you found out. She never did it again. Now that's a very there you go. That is what was going on. And boy, I let her have it when I got home. I called the school, said, "Hey, if you want to keep her after school, you have my blessing. I want to make sure she never does this again."
5 days detention.
That's right. 5 days.
5 days.
Yeah. So,
God, what was that gal's name? What was that that vice principal's name? This is
I just had it on the tip of my, when you said it, it's just like, oh yeah, Miss. I want to say no, that was the typing teacher. Never mind.
5 days.
Yeah, it's funny. I've gotten to the age now where I'm starting to actually forget some of that stuff that I used to remember. That brain cells were dedicated to it that didn't need to be dedicated to it. I'm sure Joe would remember. I want to say Carter, but that's not it.
Yes.
We'll dig it up.
Yeah, we had like an inner city vice principal come to our very suburban junior high school as a vice principal, and she brought her very inner city vice principal disciplinary measures. It's like, you really don't need to be that heavy-handed in this school. It's completely not necessary.
Draconian. It's like, just minor infractions. All of a sudden you're in detention for 5 days.
For a week, a school week.
Yeah. It's just like, dang. Yeah. It'll come to us. Anyways. Yeah. It's crazy times. We'll see if Trump has the grumbas to put boots on the ground and deal with the backlash from that. I mean, we got the No Kings protest coming up on Saturday, March 28th, and Dave and I will do a reading on that real soon to see how that goes and what the aftermath of that's going to be. So,
have to go get my sign.
Indeed. What do you have a sign ready to go?
I do. Let me go find it real quick.
Go get your sign. In the meantime, Lemonhead will do a lemon dance. All right. That was exciting. Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
I just realized I could have paused it and saved everyone.
Here we go.
Faux King joke.
Faux King joke.
Got it. Perhaps we could use that as the thumbnail.
It's clever. It's working.
It is very good.
Yeah, Michelle had to go to a couple places. I think the first place she went to, they refused to do it because it was vulgar.
It's not vulgar.
Well, they said it was vulgar, so they didn't do it. So she said, fine, F you, and she went some other place. And she's the kind of person who would say F you. Oh, she has so few FUs to give, but she shares them willingly.
All right, folks, thank you so much for watching. Dave and I truly appreciate you. How about, Dave, if you give a special card for the audience members that stuck around for 23 minutes for this nonsense?
This one. The 8 of Cups. You should have left.
Yeah, the smart ones left a long time ago. Sorry,
like Ferris Bueller's Day Off. It's the part. It's over. Go home.
All right, folks. Have a great night.
Thank you, everyone. Take care.
Bye.